Starting off our focus at 4 today, weather-wise, things considerably worse in the tropics. The death toll from Tropical Storm Erica continues to rise on the Caribbean island of Dominica as that system passes over the Dominican Republic. But don't take it from me. We've got our meteorologist right here. What's happening?
Yeah, 4 people on the island have already died and at least 20 were missing as of this morning. That's mostly thanks to flooding rains in that area. So, however, Dominica Police Chief Daniel Carbone says additional bodies have been recovered from mudslide areas. So we're talking mudslides and flooding rains and some heavy winds, but it's really been the flooding rains that have been the most devastating thing so far in those areas. And you're talking places with some pretty poor infrastructure. So whenever it gets towards Hispaniola, towards Haiti and places like that, that might be another thing to worry about as well.
So those flooding rains, I mean, we just saw that video. It's terrifying. They're strong, but couple that with the weak infrastructure and just everything goes down.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on over the next couple of days. And Florida is bracing for that tropical storm Erica as it continues to make its way across Hispaniola. In fact, they've issued a state of emergency in some spots. Reports from the National Hurricane Center say that the storm may hit Florida on Monday, which will mark the first time in 10 years that Florida has been hit by a hurricane. And there have been a couple of changes in the forecast track. It seems to be changing every couple hours as new model runs come in. So we're going to take a look at that a little bit later on. As of right now, still looks progged towards Florida.
Okay, but you'll have all those details for us, of course, a little bit later. Yeah. From Erica to Katrina.
Yeah, former President George W. Bush arrived in Gulfport, Mississippi today, and hundreds of people gathered at a beachside park to salute emergency responders who worked during Hurricane Katrina.
The 10th anniversary is a good time to honor courage and resolve. It's also a good time to remember how blessed we are to live in such a compassionate nation.
Bush 43 then went on to salute Governor Haley Barbour, as well as a few U.S. senators. And this is my favorite part. He called out the names of former mayors of Mississippi coast cities, as well as some of the county supervisors. I think President Bush recognizes that the people who are really in the trenches, the people who are really there locally taking care of their residents in a way that, you know, maybe a president can't, in that hands-on sort of way, he recognized them for the work that they did for keeping their residents as safe as they possibly could.
As bad as a lot of things turned out in that situation, the leadership of those leaders on the Gulf
Right,
Coast
those local leaders.
It was unmatched, and I can't imagine being in that situation right after Katrina. Maybe not right after that, but pretty soon after that. Rita looked like headed towards Houston, so it was a pretty bad couple of months, especially for his presidency. So. I'm sure it hits a note with him.
I bet.
Not a day goes by that he thinks about something like that.
He doesn't think about that.
Yeah.
No surprise at all. Hey, check this out. Researchers at Harvard and Stanford have found that workplace stress can be as dangerous to your health as secondhand smoke, and we constantly hear the warnings about secondhand smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. A team from Harvard and Stanford looked at 10 workplace stressors that impact a person's mental and physical health, things like long working hours and low social support. Those are just a couple of factors that add to that workplace stress.
So the study found that work conflict can more than double the likelihood that employees will experience mental health problems and increase your risk of physical stress. Also found that workplace stress is responsible for 120,000 deaths each year and about 190, nearly $200 billion in healthcare costs, and all of that because we're talking about low social support and long working hours. We're in a business where we often work long hours. Fortunately, we have great management that tries to keep that from happening as much as possible, but you can't control the weather and you can't control the news. But when I think about jobs like investment bankers, like Wall Street and their 100-hour work weeks, I can't imagine. And the research really does show that it's hard to stay healthy in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, and it's not just during hurricane season. It's not just during bad weather. It's all the time. Anyway, try your best to keep that stress off you. Take a Saturday off every once in a while. And a lot of employers have programs that encourage you to be healthier, get a little bit of help that you need. Hey, listen to this. Many high schoolers are dreading taking the SATs. No surprise. We all dreaded that when they're planning to apply for college. But in the future, that's really changing. A lot of them won't have to anymore.
Yeah, a growing number of colleges and universities are starting to get rid of standardized testing scores as part of their admissions process. Right now, More than 850 schools across the nation no longer require standardized test scores to admit new students.
They just don't require them at all. Wow. A lot of proponents of this shift are saying that this will help schools admit a more diverse group of students who can actually thrive in college and not just thrive in a test-taking situation, even though they may have lagged in certain areas previously. But the defenders of standardized testing are saying that the exams actually level the playing field. So it's about getting everybody on the same level for those applicants who could receive student scholarships.
This is, I am so not educated about the field of education, but
Okay.
I think that there's so much more research to be done on whether or not standardized testing is the way to go.
Sure.
And it really, that's another thing that just, it can really get people worked up when you're talking about it, about education, about whether standardized testing actually works, and if there's something else that we can do to figure out where people want to go.
That would work a little better. And the educators that I know, a lot of times the argument that I hear from them is, yeah, standardized testing isn't perfect, and it doesn't work for everybody, and it doesn't give us an exact look at where everybody is in education, but what are the other options? You know, they're saying it's better than anything else. Anything interesting. Presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton, moving on to our political news of the day, now insisting she is, in fact, the Democratic Party's best and leading candidate in next year's election. So she's just coming out and saying it.
And this is even with Vice President Joe Biden considering a run, and Senator Bernie Sanders also bringing in bigger crowds. Clinton stands firm in her belief that there is no other choice for the Democratic nomination. But I guess you got to have that.
Yeah,
confidence
you
if
have to have that confidence.
you're
That's
gonna be
why you
president.
joined the race.
Right.
So it's funny to me that she's just coming out and saying it, but I guess props to her for feeling that confidence. This is the part that I think is even more interesting. So Clinton is saying, hey, I am the Democratic candidate. I'm the best one out there. But Trump, now definitely the leader of the Republican Party lineup. But I don't think she maybe meant it as a compliment. She said the party of Lincoln has become the party of Trump. And I wonder what her tone of voice was when she said that.
I can only imagine. Clinton also made remarks about the Democratic Party needing to be rebuilt from the ground up.
I feel like they're always saying stuff like that. Rebuild
Right.
from the ground
Yeah.
up. Hey, that's it for our Focus at 4. Stick with